How can we say we have a functioning justice system when so many people are put in prison for decades for wrongful convictions? There's so many judges and prosecutors and stuff that actually don't care about finding the right criminal, just getting as many people into jail so that they can say they have a good record of uh, prosecuting criminals and stuff like that. Here's another person wrongfully convicted. He was wrongfully convicted of rape, spent decades in prison, and finally got out and was awarded $25 million. Dude definitely should be getting at least 4 times that amount for the amount of time spent in prison and the life that was taken from him.
I'm coming.
Ronnie is relieved. He is relieved that finally there is a public recognition and an apology of what was done to him and his family.
Ronnie Long was just 20 years old and living in Concord when, as a young black man, he was accused of raping a prominent white woman. Police built a bogus case.
Oh, there you go. A young poor black man and a prominent high society white woman accuses him of rape, so they just put him in jail because they can.
Lying on the stand, hiding evidence that proved his innocence, and tampering with the jury.
Not only did law enforcement officers lie, but prosecutors were engaged in an active campaign to ensure that despite the evidence of Ronnie's innocence, he remained incarcerated all these years, well past the time it was obvious that they had a wrongful conviction.
So are all those people going to be charged for their crimes and put in prison for what they did to him? Or are they just going to be able to walk free?
In August of 2020, Long was exonerated and freed after 44 years in prison for a crime he didn't commit. The governor...
Wow, 44 years in prison for a crime he didn't commit. That is just messed up. And so many people conspired to keep him in jail. Those people need to be put in prison.
Pardoned him, and the state compensated him just $750,000. He told us then it wasn't nearly enough.
No. Wow, $750,000 for 44 years in prison. That is truly messed up. I'm glad he was awarded $25 million.
South Carolina intentionally put me in the penitentiary. And you tell me $750,000? It worth 44 years of my life?
Long filed a civil suit.
Yeah, and people wanna claim that like the justice system isn't like biased against black people when so many black people wrongfully convicted of crimes they didn't commit and finally only recently being able to like prove their cases and get exonerated. This is happening time and time again.
Last year, and now the city of Concord is paying up with a record-setting $22 million settlement and an apology.
Here, the city of Concord really owned up to the past misdeeds of city employees, which is really remarkable. I don't know of any other case where a municipality has issued such an apology as part of a civil settlement.
As part of the settlement,
there won't be any true justice until the people that conspired to put him in jail and keep him in jail are put behind bars and spend twice as much time that they put him in jail. It's only fair.
The city of Concord, quote, acknowledges and accepts responsibility for the significant errors in judgment and willful misconduct by previous city employees that led to Long's wrongful conviction and imprisonment. The State Bureau of Investigation is also paying out $3 million, making the $25 million settlement the biggest in North Carolina's history for a wrongful conviction.
I think the message it sends is that both the city and the State Bureau of Investigation recognized that there was significant harm done here. And although money can't fix it, I think symbolically, when it's a large number like this one, I think that sends an equal message of apology.
Does the number sort of indicate how egregious the case was?
I think it's a big indicator of how egregious